It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the big diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they went 2-0 against this team last season, looking to continue that string of victories tonight. And a terrific international prospect, Luka Doncic, suiting up tonight. Kenny, it's rare to see someone this young with such a complete game.
You know what? A couple of our friends were talking, me and my friends, about this guy.
When? Yesterday or 2 days ago?
2 days ago. And he's ready. He's strong. He's got a wide frame. He reads defenses well, exceptionally well.
He's good at creating his own shot. He shows a lot of pro-level moves, and you broke that streak of 10 straight.
That'll do it. Both teams ready for tip-off. Let's send it to Kevin Harlan and the crew.
The crowd is assembled at the American Airlines Center looking for a Mavericks win here in downtown Dallas. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Doris Burke and Greg Anthony. We'll be catching up in a bit from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. So for the Mavericks, their last game, a win against the Timberwolves.
And they just had it going from deep. Plus, they were efficient about it.
I thought, Greg, masterful ball movement and shooting for them that night. They were draining every three in sight.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Hey, Kev. Well, Rick Carlisle is a coaching graybeard. He's entering his second decade as coach of the Mavericks. He led them to the franchise's first and only title in 2011. Now, Eric Spoelstra lost that series to Carlisle, and he says of him, he's a Hall of Famer, a trailblazer as president of the Coaches Association. We all owe him a great deal. Kevin?
He is a legend. Thank you, D.A. Doris, we've already had a few surprises this season. Some teams really exceeding expectations. Others, they've kind of gone the other way. What's your take?
You know, it's always a little bit early to tell exactly what kind of team you're going to have because we've seen this historically. A team races out to maybe a 7-1 start or a 10-1 start, and yet perhaps they come back to the field. The teams that are the youngest seem to have the steepest learning curve. So where are the lottery picks and what impact are those guys having?
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. Taking a look at the Bulls, Dunn and Levine are the guard set. Parker and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. And it's Carter in at the 5 down low. So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Smith kicks to Nowitzki. They set the screen. Jordan the screen. And it's Smith missing. Nowitzki against Markkanen. And it's Dunn in the corner. Tips it. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now, here is Smith. Here's Nowitzki. And the shot falls short this time. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside, Levine. Carter at the elbow. Over Nowitzki. And it's Carter missing. Not a fast start for the Mavericks. It's a 5-point game. This is their first chance to take a look at the Bulls this season.
Yeah, and a pair of losses for them in their meetings last season. And the cold, hard truth about it, they just had a hard time beating anybody last year.
And here is Dunn after Luka Doncic hitting the 3. Just 5 on the clock. Dunn with it, picked up by Nowitzki. Dunn's shot's good.
Yeah, listen, there's only so much the defense can do to stop and deal with Chris Dunn. This is a gifted athlete who knows how to finish.
Now, here is Smith. Jordan with the screen on Dunn. Jordan against Levine, and Jordan gets it to go.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
And DeAndre Jordan this last offseason opting out of his contract with the L.A. Clippers. He felt, Greg, obviously it was time to move on.
It didn't take long for Jordan to find a new home here in Dallas. Had almost signed with them last time he was a free agent. Closed the deal this time around. Still has a lot to offer and a really good fit for this team inside.
Now Levine. Harrison Barnes missing on the 3. Carter with a screen on Nowitzki. Back to Markkanen. Knocked away. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Bulls with the ball. He kicks to Dunn. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Carter at the elbow. Over Jordan. And again, Chicago. No good. Dallas is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Measury, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Matthews, he's checked in for Doncic. And Barea subbed in for Smith. Chicago also making some changes. Portis, he's checked in for Lauri Markkanen. And it's Denzel Valentine in for Dunn.
Pretty effort by Wes Matthews. Just buries himself in the paint and connects on a quality look.
Barea against Levine. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Boy, not enough spring in his step on the way to the cup. He actually short arms that layup.
Bulls have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Parker outside. Carter outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Carter's got 5 now.
I'll tell you, that's nice work, right? You move, you get into space on the perimeter, and you knock down the 3.
And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bulls. Justin Holiday comes in for Parker. Matthews with it. Now guarded by Valentine. No luck. They battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Portis. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Stolen by Levine. Pass to Valentine. Over Barnes. Here's Lopez. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Robin Lopez, the prototypical lunch pail player. He brings so much skill, able to create some offense when his number is called.
Bulls shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And going back a season ago, they were a pretty average team at the line, about 76% altogether.
Dallas doing everything they could do to accelerate their rebuilding process this past summer, Greg. They made a lot of moves.
You know, trading up for Doncic sends the message they want to compete now. Brought in DeAndre Jordan to shore up the center spot. Mavs definitely accelerated to where they feel they can compete for a playoff spot.
Now, here's Barea. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The kick out to Barnes. A second chance effort. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
Well, you don't get much more wide open inside the arc. He simply got to make that shot.
Here's Portis. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Mavericks trail by 5. Barea with a wide open look. Hits it from 3-point range. Barea's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Levine against Barea. Levine passes to Portis. 35 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second vote. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 from 3-point land here in the first quarter. Barnes screen on Portis. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. And so it's Dallas with trailing by 2.
Well, I'll tell you, it hasn't been his best quarter, but we know he won't get discouraged. This guy will keep grinding.
And Holiday kicks to Valentine. Dishes to Lopez. Passes to Levine. Lopez sets a screen for Levine. Here's the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, spacing the floor with Levine hitting from range, the offense benefits greatly.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. Bulls out front. They lead by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. Now in the later stages of his career, Dirk Nowitzki talked about how special he feels marching his way up the all-time scoring leaderboard.
Makes you reflect, milestones always make you reflect on everything. I've been really blessed.
And it's clear, G.A., that Dirk still enjoys playing the game and draining buckets in a variety of ways.
You can't deny his legacy. Arguably the best 7-foot shooter in the history of our game, which is why he's so high up on that leaderboard.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Bulls?
Tough defense throughout that first period, and it's really paying dividends.
Well, I think there's a level of physicality with them right now and not allowing the opponent to feel comfortable getting into their heads just a bit.
So the Bulls 5 right now. Dunn and Holiday team up in the backcourt. Bobby Portis out there with Robin Lopez. And it's Valentine in at the 3 slot. 4 on the clock. Valentine setting the pick for Lopez. Shot off the screen. The shot by Valentine, no good. Mavericks trail by 3.
Guys, how about J.J. Barea? In his 12th year in the NBA, no less, he establishes career highs across the board and does nothing but get better with age. I love it.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for measuring. Nowitzki comes in for Dwight Powell. Doncic is checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Dennis Smith in for J.J. Barea. Down against Smith. Jordan high post. Second shot opportunity, and it's finished off by Nowitzki as he lays it in. Nowitzki's got his first 2 points.
Boy, you just have to love the heart of Nowitzki, hitting the glass hard, snagging those second chance buckets.
Dunn dishes to Lopez. The pass to Markkanen. Lopez, a screen on Nowitzki. Markkanen passes to Lopez. Dunn outside. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Doncic. And Barea now in his second run with Dallas won an NBA title with the team, you may recall, back in 2011.
Well, he was critical in that title run, Kev, and now he's trying to help this organization rebuild. This guy, a clear fan favorite. And it's incredible to me. He seems to be getting better with his age.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, the Mavericks were ecstatic, and Dennis Smith Jr. fell to them with the 9th pick of the 2017 draft. For a team in need of athleticism and size at the point guard and hand-in-glove fit, the 6'3" Smith has a 48-inch vertical, one of the highest ever measured.
A terrific young player, an elite NBA athlete. David, that's for sure. Good stuff, thanks. And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
There are certain guys that you identify as the prototypical 3-and-D player, and Wesley Matthews is one of those guys. I love that he prides himself on his ability to guard elite wings and the kind of deep range he has, even in critical moments of games. This guy's a big-time guy.
Now here is Carter. He has 5. And then Carter with the jam.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Yeah, with the score this close, guys, I am shocked at the lack of defensive aggressiveness. That has to be shored up.
Nice shot by Smith. Well, for Matthews, he does most of his offensive work from outside, but Doris has more to his game than just that.
Well, I think the thing that I think of when I think of Wesley Matthews is how hard this guy works. And yes, he started as an offensive perimeter threat, but he's dedicated himself to rounding out his game, and you love that from a veteran.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Lobs it up for Jordan. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession. With the break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Andre Jordan is second.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers, really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Goes up off the inbound, and the layup is good. Jordan's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
Here's Carter. Mavericks with the rebound.
That's an example of great defense. His teammates love that about him. Always why the shooters struggle against this guy.
Here's Matthews. Back to Smith. Second chance effort, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
One thing never changes in the NBA. Jordan will always be there among the top offensive rebounders in the league.
A minute 50 left in the first half. It's stolen by Smith. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Oh, and it's off. They can't cash in on the break. Bulls trail by 4. And one thing Rick Carlisle is known for is his accountability.
Right, and that extends to himself as much as it does the players who play for him. Listen, if this guy makes the wrong play call, he is going to make sure you know about that. And I think that's an approach you see from the top down in this organization.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Mike Powell comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Barea subbed in for Wesley Matthews. Then for the Bulls, Bobby Portis comes in for Markkanen, and Zach Levine subbed in for Dunn.
Boy, that's a tough miss. Does well to get himself open and then botches it up.
And stolen by Portis. Carter kicks to Parker. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Got a piece of it. And out of bounds is Chicago gains possession.
And a chance to check out the stats for Valentine.
How he performed last season. Averaged 10 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And this is the kind of strong, steady play you like to see. He's earning his keep and helping them win games.
I think they need more consistency from him, and they're getting it. Look for this to continue. I love it.
Now here's Levine. 9 points last game out. The shot's good from Carter.
That's a really well-run pick and roll. You can see the game is starting to slow down for Levine.
Jordan the screen. Here's Barea. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Barea's got 5.
Boy, what touch. You know, a lot of guys don't have the kind of feel necessary to make the floater.
Here's Valentine. And he misses the go-ahead basket. And here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break. Barea with the ball. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Barea's got the lead up to 4 now for the Mavericks. Outside, Levine. Outside, Carter. No good on the buzzer beater. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Mavericks lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, how would you evaluate your team's performance in the first half?
You know, I like the way we're playing tonight, but, you know, 1 or 2 untimely turnovers, these guys are going to convert quickly, so we have to play an aggressive but precise game.
Rick, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. One half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never dug too deep a hole for themselves in the first period. The most they trailed by was 5. There were a lot of positives for them to take away from the second quarter, where they came from behind to take a 4-point lead at the half. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, they made a concerted effort to get out on the fast break. Dunks, alley-oops, run the lanes at every opportunity, and it's wearing the defense down.
How about you, Shaq? What did you think about Chicago?
Well, they shot under 40% in the half. That tells the story right there. The defense deserves some credit for disrupting them a little bit, but they need to counteract with more creativity on offense. Fewer isolations, more movement, better shot selection.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You gotta like what Wendell Carter has done in this game.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Well, he made them pay down there. Uses his size and body well to score close to the bucket.
Doris, rookies beyond skill, what attributes do you think they need to have an early shot at success?
Yeah, I think one of the things that you always wonder about, and one of the great players in history, Kevin Garnett, talks about the impact that other older players had on him. Sam Mitchell, when he first arrived in the league, they taught him the work habits necessary to succeed at a high level. So the first thing you'd have to have is commitment to work. And the second thing is the right temperament. An NBA season spans 82 games over 6 months. There will inevitably be ups and downs. And how do you weather both of those things, Kevin?
On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Inside pairing is Dirk and Jordan. And it's Smith in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Now, here is Smith. Jordan sets the pick for Smith. And the foul on Wendell Carter. That's his first foul. Barnes against Parker. Barnes can't get it to go. Chicago trailing here. Levine dishes to Parker. Back to Levine. Doncic with the steal. Parker against Barnes. Over in the corner, Doncic. Barnes outside. And he drops it in from the low post. Barnes has got his first points in this one.
Now, this is about the development of Harrison Barnes' body. You know, physically he's tougher, which usually makes you mentally tougher. And what you admire is that he enjoys putting in the work.
Chicago calls timeout.
There's a seriousness about Harrison Barnes and the way he approaches his improvement as an NBA player. This guy had to work on being able to create his own shot, which led to that increased scoring after joining Dallas. I think the next step is probably, can you create for others and make them better?
And the Mavericks making a change here. Measury's checked in. Now here's Parker. 7 points in the game. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass. This was one of college basketball's premier playmakers, Dunn, showing great vision.
And for Barnes, the improvements aren't limited, Doris, to his offensive game.
Well, think back to a year ago, Kevin. He had career numbers in terms of his rebounding productivity. It had been a knock on him in the past. But let's give his work ethic in the offseason credit. This guy added a new wrinkle to his game.
Here's Levine. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Levine kicks to Lopez. There's a screen. Markkanen against Nowitzki. Dunn misses. Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Oh, my goodness. The tools are there for Harrison Barnes. That's a big-time athletic drive and a strong finish. Beautiful.
And there's the call on measure. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Matthews, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And Barea subbed in for Dennis Smith. Barnes against Markkanen. Inside, Lopez. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Great beginning to this second half. Now 3 for 4 from the field.
They set the pick. Pass to Mejri. Here is Matthews. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Matthews has got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavericks. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. And Markkanen throws it down.
Yeah, good luck keeping up with the elite speed of Chris Dunn in the pick and roll. So efficient with his passing and shooting in these sets.
Mavericks leading by 3. Barea with it. He's got 7. Nobody near Barnes. Off target from 3-point range.
Boy, they're just giving him that shot. An easy opportunity for 3 that just slips away.
To the middle, Mejri with the steal. And here's the break. Jumps up. And the dunk by Doncic.
And you can tell that Doncic loves leaking out. They're able to get to the right spot there in transition.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. All time to just let them get their legs back under them.
Now he's checked in for Doncic. The Bulls also changing it up. Bobby Portis is checked in for Markkanen. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Chris Dunn. Now here is Holiday. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Lopez passes to Holiday. Good D by Matthews. The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Parker with the steal. Portis kicks to Lopez. It's tipped. And now Matthews pushing it up. No one back to stop him. From down in the low post, it goes. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead. The Bulls have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Portis the screen. And again, Dallas running up the court and trying.
Oh, Kevin, how creative is that? Barnes showing off the near 40-inch vertical. He can jump over your head.
That instant replay brought to you by Under Armour Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive the unleashing of chaos that time. Now, here's Portis. Now, here's Levine. 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 7 on the basket from Lopez.
Lopez looking right at home with the catch and shoot.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. You have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years, has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. It just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
And that one misses.
Well, how about the guy, undrafted, undersized guard out of Puerto Rico? What a career J.J. Barea has made for himself.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Salah Measure. Bulls trail by 8. Here's Levine. Lopez, a screen on Barea. Levine passes to Lopez. Nice open look, but it's no good.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Barnes, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Barnes has got 10 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, this guy will not stop pouring it on. It doesn't matter what approach they've tried to use against him. He has had an answer for everything. Now
Levine. Here's Lopez. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. Harrison Barnes getting it done for Dallas. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
Just 1 quarter left in regulation. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Bulls trail by 10 on the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. Carter out there with Portis. Then it's Zach Levine. Then there's Valentine. And it's Holiday in at the shooting guard.
Zach Levine, a high riser. The two-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
I'll tell you, 13th pick in the 2014 draft. Levine still with plenty of upside.
Bulls making a switch here. Dunn's checked in. And from everything you hear, Levine is a big-time gym rat, Greg.
Yeah, you know, I think he's very dedicated to reaching his full potential. And with his shooting and athleticism, I think he's a great fit in today's game in terms of offense.
Now, here's Portis, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Inside, here's Valentine, and good off the lead pass that time.
Boy, nice feed, leading him into some space. A nice catch on the run, too. Wow.
To the inside, Barea. That one misses. And the Bulls going the other way now. Outside Portis. Outside Levine. Shoots over Barea, and the shot is good. The Maverick lead has been cut to just 5 on the basket from Levine.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
To the paint. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Carter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Portis sets the pick for Levine. Floats one up. Count it.
I'll tell you, a number of ways to score off the pick and roll, and Levine makes it look easy.
Mavericks leading by 3. It's deflected, and he gets it back. Good. Chicago's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Done outside. Down low and stolen by Jordan. Barea against Levine. It's good. Now it's a 7-point Maverick lead.
Getting more comfortable shooting from inside. Even though Smith Jr. is smaller, he knows how to score in the paint.
Carter sets the pick for Dunn. Powell with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Barnes. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, since the break, his efficiency has gone up a notch, looking really polished now.
Carter kicks to Valentine. That's in there. Carter with the assist. Valentine's got 4 this quarter.
I'll tell you, such a tremendous rhythm to that sequence. Great player movement, great ball movement on the lead pass.
Out to Smith. Pass to Jordan. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The three-pointer, no good. Bulls trail by 7. Carter sets the pick for Dunn. Down low. Outside, Levine. Portis, the pass to Carter. Levine dishes to Carter. Levine kicks to Carter. It's stolen by Barea. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Bobs it up for Jordan. Stolen by Carter. Passes it to Levine. And there's the big-time jam as he slams it right over Smith.
Levine delivery in a big moment. What a game we've got.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Doncic comes in for J.J. Barea. The Bulls also changing it up. Lowry Marketing comes in for Portis. And Jabari Parker subbed in for Denzel Valentine.
One shot.
Well, you have to love his poise at the free throw line. He's never rattled no matter how much pressure he might be under.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his third foul of the game. Here's Barnes. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Barnes has got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, that's another basket for Barnes. How about this aggressiveness tonight, earning every penny of that max steal?
Dunn passes to Markkanen. There's Parker with the three. The Mavericks pull it in. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Smith kicks to Doncic. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, just tremendous awareness from Dennis Smith Jr. Recognizing a teammate is open, let me make the game easy for him.
Dunn up top, covered by Smith. Doncic with the steal. He's got a clear path. Drops in the breakaway layup. Doncic has got the lead up to 10 now for Dallas.
And great steal and look ahead there. Compared to most guys his age, Doncic sees the game at another level.
Chicago calls timeout. They're behind by 10. 1:36 left in the fourth quarter. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a smasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
This is as good a game as we've seen him play. And this crowd can't get enough of it. When he explodes like this, it becomes a special atmosphere in here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Olden.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. He wants to change it up defensively and get more people packed into the paint. He said, they're beating us up down low. We have to put a stop to it. Let's see if they respond, Kevin.
Thank you, David.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Mavericks.
Starting 5 must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And so with this, they'll end up with their second win on the year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Jordan.
Boy, whatever was needed, he provided it. He was the jack of all trades. Big bucket on one end, big defensive play on the other. I thought his influence was felt all over the floor.
Now here is Carter. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Carter kicks to Markkanen. There's a screen. Lock at 6. A shot off that time.
Yeah, coming off that screen, wide open, just can't convert.
I think, Greg, that's exactly what you want. The screen was solid. The execution just fell a little bit short on the shot.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. A confident win, and one where they clearly showed the greater effort.
Yeah, I mean, it was a